Coming up,
This isn't something that I would have ever thought of us having an opportunity like this a year ago.
Welcome to our podcast where we take deep dives.
Looking at various topics through a paranormal lens.
So we have good news and then really good news. The first good news is that I think we're officially going to be done having to answer the question of are we going to be at either of the two really big Paracons that happened this weekend in Ohio and Pennsylvania, because people should know by now, no, we did not attend either Paracon.
Yeah, we did not.
I wish we attended Penhurst. That one's
Really?
really big and fun looking.
Just because you want to see Penhurst, or do those like
Oh,
big
it
Paracons excite you?
I've never been to a really big one before, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's Penhurst.
And it's
Two
Penhurst.
two good
Yeah.
combinations.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. I just feel like there's like the super small ones where it's like, what's the point in paying for a table, sitting there all day? You can't even hear the
With no one
speakers.
there. Yeah.
You're sitting there for no, because usually you have to get a vendor booth and you
Mhm.
pay for no one to go
Which are
buy stuff, and then
usually outrageously priced.
yes, for no one to show up, and then not being able to see or hear any of the speakers that
Yeah.
are going on in the other room, because then you can't. With our luck, the one time it happened, we leave our table, and that's when all the people come. So,
Yep.
but so those are a separate issue. But then you have the big Paracons, which I feel like is the opposite problem. You pay all this money to attend, and there's all this hoopla, and it's just kind of, I don't know, uh, a lot of people and a lot of crowds for what, like a photo with a paranormal washed up celebrity that, everyone has the same photo on Facebook of them with this washed up celebrity. Uh, and then they're like, it was so cool, I met so and so finally. And then it's like they have no idea who you are. And then my thing too, I would want to explore Penhurst, and all these people, they've posted all these photos. Oh, did you get to investigate? That's like all the comments. Did you experience anything? Did you get to investigate? They're like, no, too many people.
Mhm.
I don't like the
Yeah.
people. I mean, I love people, but I don't like crowds. I feel like MadCon was like the perfect amount of people because you were still able to go walk around Madison Seminary
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and still
I
get
liked
away.
Mankind. Yeah.
Yeah.
We filmed a bunch of our film Remote Contact, which I guess is a good segue. We filmed a bunch of Remote Contact at Madison Seminary, where I did an isolated, like this is a big convention, and I still did an isolated resonance chamber Remote Contact VR experiment. We
Yeah.
were able to film, and we had a booth, and we had a lot of people come through, and we got to network with a lot of people. So I feel like that's the perfect size. I don't know. To me, the big ones are just like, I don't know. I'm not really too sure how much networking really gets done when it's all just like celebrity culture type of stuff and big crowds. But
I get what
eh,
you mean, but I
yeah,
mean it's
never
still
been at one.
it's
It would be fun.
it's
Yeah.
just a fun thing to do in the paranormal community. That's all it
Mm-hmm.
is pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a
yeah.
big get
I'm not
together.
I'm not disagreeing. It would be fun one day to go, but we don't need to wait too long for our next convention type of thing that we are super pumped. This is a super good news. I teased good and super good. This is super good. Very exciting announcement. We've mentioned Remote Contact. Guess what? Remote Contact didn't win any film festivals because I didn't submit to any film festivals. Because ever since we rebranded as Crossroads Curiosities, we started making the least marketable films and projects ever. Remote Contact is for a very niche audience.
Yes.
Very
Yeah,
niche.
it is.
Um, but the people that get it really get it. And one of the people that really got it,
Or one of the groups who really got it, we should say.
yes, one of the groups actually is the Association of Paranormal Study, a big, very highly respected group that puts on the annual Paranormal Research Symposium out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So,
Mm-hmm.
why are we bringing this up, you may ask? Well. Our remote contact experiment, our remote contact initiative was selected to be a part of this year's bigger than ever, better than ever Paranormal Research Symposium. What does that mean? That means that in August, we, the three of us, will be traveling to Gettysburg, PA, 2 in the heart of historic downtown. I think. Yeah, it's this very historic spiritual area. We
Mm-hmm.
will. I'm really selling this. We no, but here's the thing. We will be traveling to Gettysburg to do a workshop and presentation panel on our remote contact project. We did a film, a 40-minute film. We still have a website landing page, and people can submit. It's a form to take part in this ongoing experiment and study. um, we did multiple episodes on this before. It's essentially just to catch anyone up. We're not going to go re-explain remote contact here on this episode, but for people who are like, jog my memory, what is that? It's that thing we do with swapping the blindfold for a VR headset when doing an SS method, also during just general guided meditation, and we're essentially experimenting with using VR and integrating VR in various aspects of paranormal investigation. Anyways, we did a 40-minute film, it's streaming on Paraflix. Now we are taking, and that film was literally just on the first 3 experiments we did. Like, we came up with this idea, did 3 experiments, put it into a film, and we're like, let's just rush this out, let's get people watching it, and then participating in the ongoing study. Now, after I think it's on like the 1-year anniversary or something like that. So a year later, we're going to Gettysburg and we're going to be doing this panel presenting what we've been doing with remote contact. And then after an entire weekend of all these incredible, thoughtful, insightful minds in the paranormal field coming together for this symposium, remote contact, our work is going to be published in a journal. So, um, that's cool. Do you have anything to add before we go deeper into like the symposium and like what we can expect? Because this is, I don't think I'm selling how exciting of news
No,
No,
you're
I'm
you're
just excited.
yeah, you're selling how exciting it is because it is.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting. I mean, it's not every day that like your work is recognized by a panel of your peers who are all into the research aspect of the paranormal. Because there's, the one side of the paranormal that's, making the TV shows, making like doing that side. And then you have the other side where it's the paranormal research and diving deeper. And they cross lines, but it's
Hmm.
definitely one side or the other sometimes. And to be able to have our work recognized as being a like
Deep
research
thinking.
breaking
Yeah.
thing that maybe people haven't thought of before is really cool.
Bree, I think that is why stuff like this isn't marketable, because per the name, we are literally at the crossroads of both sides. We're like right in the middle. We have
Yeah.
the TV side production, and then
Mhm.
we're also doing like research stuff.
Mhm.
People want, when they see like a film or something, if they don't really know too much about paranormal research, they just kind of want like the typical 5 act structure
Yeah.
type of
Mhm.
stuff, which we have never and will never do,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, but for the masses.
Yeah.
um but I don't know, to me, the prospect of we have remote contact, didn't submit it to any film festival. There's no film festivals to submit that to, and I know I can be stubborn and whatever, and I'm still looking for Beware the Haunted Bathtubs festivals. Okay, so I get it, but
I love that one.
you have to
Yeah.
acknowledge remote content. There's 0 film festivals that currently exist that you can submit it to. So, but to me, anyone can make a film these days and get into a film festival. There's a gazillion free festivals. Everyone has a camera in their pocket on their
You can
their
literally use
phones.
your phone. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, I think anyone can make a film that gets accepted into a film festival. It's actually
Mhm.
not that hard to get into film festivals. To me, it's a much bigger deal in the paranormal to have one of the most well respected groups and conferences, this Paranormal Research Symposium, publishing your work in a journal. That's unheard of. Who gets their paranormal research published in a journal? That's only
Yeah.
for like the doctors and sciencey science academics out there.
Yeah. Never have I ever thought any of mine or our work would be published in a journal for any reason. Like that doesn't even seem within like a realm of what we do, but then it's like, oh yeah, I guess that is a thing and that we are doing that. So
Yeah,
It's a
so
I don't
weird
know, it's
thought,
really
but I
cool.
love it.
the
Yeah.
way this works is we have to distill all of the work, the what we're doing. We have to figure out how to like really articulately describe what remote contact is. Because I can't imagine we'll just play the whole movie and then just be like, all right, cool, bye. So we're going all the
Yeah.
way there. We have to adapt it to a panel workshop type of speech type of thing. And then
Mhm.
afterwards, we have to, after we present and we network and we talk with people all weekend, then we have a few months to submit a written version of it. Um, that will then be published alongside all the others in this big journal that gets published. So you guys will be obviously helping on this
Mhm.
this homework. It's been a while since I've
Ugh.
had homework to write an essay.
Yeah, writing an essay? Oof.
Yeah,
Haven't
so
done that in a hot minute.
yeah.
I still do them, sadly.
Yeah, you're a nerd. You're still in
Yeah.
school, you nerd. So let's go a little deeper into the symposium because they are very different than a typical convention. I think one of the reasons I wanted to talk a little bit at the top about big conventions is because like that's what people think of when they hear like you're going to a convention. This is not. This is a symposium, and as they say on their website, a symposium is a formal academic event. This is a formal event, and it prioritizes the sharing of research, knowledge, and ideas through structured presentations, workshops, and panels. We will be leading one on remote contact, and the whole point is to create an environment in historic Gettysburg to foster intellectual exploration, collaboration. It's very collaboration and networking focused. There's a VIP networking dinner and ghost tour that we will be attending the night before as well, because I guess we're VIPs. Um,
Wait, we
and
are? We are counted as VIPs?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
we're panelists, Angela.
Well, I don't know. That doesn't necessarily mean VIPs.
Well, you know what else the only thing I kind of don't okay, so I agree, but also when it comes to us, I don't know that I agree. It says at some point, I'm just reading literally off their website, but at some point on their site, I remember they used the term. I don't have a screenshot of this offhand, but they said like we bring together panelists featuring like some of the uh, biggest leaders in the paranormal, and I'm like, we're not leaders, we're not paranormal research leaders, but
Yeah.
so I disagree that we're leaders, but if you are a panelist leading a workshop at an event like this and getting your work published in their journal, you are a VIP.
Cool.
But I love how that like another thing too, I appreciate that the paranormal at large here is nothing like the occult because the thing I can't stand about the occult people is like the amount of gatekeeping and shit that goes on.
Oh, yeah. I love the occult, but yes.
This this event is very like we're not following like the status quo. We're gonna break down all barriers of entry. That's what I'm getting from it at least. It's like I appreciate that there's no gatekeeping of knowledge and like I've always thought that like look at the three of us, this podcast. We're buffoons. We
Yeah.
we are not
We
these
buffoons.
we're not articulate grandmaster um condescending, narcissistic pricks that sit on their little ego tower and whatever and think they know everything, right? We always say there's no experts in the field. Uh, all we
We're
are
far
really,
from experts.
no, there's no such thing actually as
Exactly.
experts. Yeah. Um, all we are, to our credit, we're genuine, we're real, we're relatable, and we have genuine, real, and relatable curiosity. And I think that curiosity is why we're able to land on these ideas and think about things long term and have these long form conversations about stuff that kind of harnesses um, and kind of fuels and is generating a space where big ideas can happen. And I appreciate that people like us who just are constantly theorizing and being curious and then saying we're stumbling on this big idea. I don't think anyone's done it before. We speak through the film language, so we put out a film about it,
Hmm.
um, and now we're getting published in a journal. I think that's very cool that you don't need to be some high-strung like academic egomaniac person, to get approved and be published at events anymore. Get this, some people spend years building their credibility and their reputation. We uh 1 year, one year, and then
1 year,
we're in a journal,
we're in a journal.
published.
Yes.
Um,
Which, I mean, we're not saying we're like, it only took us a year. We're so great. No.
no, no.
But
Um,
it's definitely crazy to think of where we were a year ago, even today,
Yeah.
to now be in this have this opportunity. Like, this isn't something that I would have ever thought of, us having an opportunity like this a year ago.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
this wasn't even on my radar.
yeah. And
So,
this, do you think events? Because like again, this is there are no vendors at this event. There are no celebrities at this event. There is a VIP ghost tour the night before, but there's no like ghost hunting. We're in Gettysburg. We're gonna take everyone on this premium whatever, spend $1,000 to ghost hunt with a celebrity type of thing. Um, it's all a structured, collaborative, network heavy, research heavy, as
Hmm.
academic as possible event. I I mean, I think in just my opinion that's more exciting to be a part of than something like, I mean, no shade again, but like
yeah.
something like the big Penhurst Con or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
Uh did you like
They're
know
they're
that?
totally different vibes.
Yeah,
No hate
totally
on either. It's
oh,
You're
no,
just
no
different
hate.
vibes.
But
Hmm.
this is just more exciting to me because it actually had to be approved, and there was like a whole jury
Hmm.
that selected. They're very picky. These are great people to network with, and really excited to see everyone that's gonna be there and present. And um,
Yeah, it's gonna be a different experience for us. So
Yeah.
it's,
I'm just excited because it's going to be a bunch of like deep thinkers
yeah.
ab about the paranormal and whatever going to be talking about it
I
all,
have
and
the
it's going to
fear
be
we're gonna
cool.
get down there and everyone who's there, like, heavy into paranormal research, and they're gonna use big words, and I'm gonna be like, oh no, I don't know anything
I'm
you're
gonna be
talking
like,
about. They're gonna ask
ah.
me about a specific theory, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I totally know what you're talking about.
I'll be
Hmm.
like, you need to explain further because I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
it's
about.
like, I'm here for VR stuff. I mean, yeah, which is an awesome concept, cool research, but like also at the same time, I don't know what else is out there, and I feel like I'm gonna be the person who's like a fish out of water. But
but
I don't know.
speaking of fish out of water, look at the flip side. You show up and then you say, "Oh yeah, I just did this solo in this residual energy containment vessel, and they're gonna be like, "What the hell is this bitch talking about?"
What is residual energy containment vessel? Yeah.
Also, you said that this isn't a formal event. Like, how formal
How
is this
formal? Like
formal?
suit and tie formal, or
No,
like
oh no
Or
no no no
like
no
business casual
no no
formal?
no.
Or
The
like
the the,
what?
the dress code on the site literally says like family friendly attire. So it's formal
So
in
anything.
formal in terms of structure and like it's
Ugh.
serious research. Like you can't just show up and be
I
like,
okay. I was like, do I need to go shopping for like actual formal attire to be presenting and stuff? Because like, what kind of event is this?
Yeah. I'm glad you had the same thought as I did. Cause that was Ben also said that. In my brain I'm like, formal. How formal? How how formal?
no no
Like
no no
Exactly, it's what I was thinking. I was like, do I need to go shopping again? And
no
for something I probably will only wear like once a year.
no
yeah.
formal in terms of like tone and structure because like a lot of
Yeah,
these
yeah,
big
yeah. I'm glad.
they don't want people thinking this is just like you show up and just wander around type of thing.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
just wander in and out, I imagine, of panels. Like they want people
They should make
involved.
it a black tie event. I could finally wear my prom dress again.
They should make it a Civil War event. If you're wearing
Everyone
anything,
comes in period piece clothing and
Mhm.
do a full reenactment.
what if it's like super strict because we're in Gettysburg to have it like Civil War era, like everything you bring or wear has to fit within that period, right? And then we just come in. The only thing that's not Civil War era are these ridiculous VR goggles. We're like, so VR anybody?
Yeah.
I feel this makes me want to go to like a haunted battlefield or something to do the 360 for this VR stuff
Yeah, we're
before
definitely
Gettysburg.
gonna have to take the opportunity while we're down there to get some sort of 360 footage capture of one of the battlefields down there.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's the only thing I remember of Gettysburg because I've been there as a
You
kid,
been?
and, like one other time or whatever. Yeah, yeah. And I only remember like the big giant battlefield fields and like the green fields and just knowing that there's thousands of people who died in those fields. I don't remember the actual town, I just remember the actual battlefields. It's really cool and all the statues they have of people. It's a cool place.
I've always wanted to go to Gettysburg. I remember one time at the MSU Paranormal Club, uh, we were like sitting in a big circle and we all like introduced ourselves and then like the famous place we'd want to investigate most and I said Gettysburg and then someone said, "Why? It's just a field." And then everyone just kind of grumbled. They're like, "Yeah, it's just nothing cool about Gettysburg. It's just a field." And
Well,
yeah.
can't help
I
that they're
hated everyone
lame.
in that room except for Bree. Bree was pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
That's so funny because the only thing that has like a profound like impact in my memory of Gettysburg was like the fields. That's hilarious.
yeah, they're not just a field. It's a bad like you can. I bet you can
It's a
feel the
battlefield
history.
that's part of extreme major important history where many people have died. It's not just a field.
It's also home to the annual Paranormal Research Symposium.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That in and of itself is significant.
It is. It's really cool.
All right, any final thoughts? I just wanted to announce this and kind of we're recording this really late. Usually we backlog these episodes, but I wanted to announce this on the pod because it's cool.
Yeah.
We'll obviously be covering it way more in depth, as we get closer and see who all is going to be there. Um, and obviously during and after the event, we'll provide coverage. So any initial like final thoughts? Like, what's your excitement level? Because this is pretty cool.
My excitement level is pretty high.
High. Pretty high.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Paranormal Lens. If you liked what you heard, every 5-star rating and positive review tells the algorithms we're a worthy podcast and pushes us out to more listeners. We appreciate each and every one of you.
and we'll see you next Thursday for another paranormal deep dive.